And I think we are live. We are live, right? Okay. So let me check. All right, cool. We are live. Welcome, guys. If you're in here and you know we are live, otherwise, let me just check. I can't see what I'm supposed to see, so I'm going to monitor on my laptop. Okay, yes. So we are live. Welcome, guys, to tonight's edition. Hey, Mr. Schultz, how did you get here before everybody else? Gilbert, welcome. Yo, Jim, how you doing? Etona, Dixon, how are you all doing? Tonight we have an awful session with Lawrence. Most of you know him as GHOG Photography. I don't know if I pronounced it well, though. He'll be here with us to let us know if that's the right pronunciation. But in the meantime, if you can share this stream, in your various WhatsApp groups or on your status on Twitter, Facebook, anywhere you can share it, just share your Instagram stories. Anywhere you can, just share the link there so we get more people in to ask questions. I'm trying to set up the stream. Okay. All right, so we have that over there. So guys, how was your day? Is my sound clear? Where's my headset? My headset is not somewhere down there. Is my sound? Yes. So we have a session with GOG tonight. So don't forget to drop your thumbs up. Don't forget to share the stream so we can get people coming to learn. Yes, I think I'm ready. Did I get my makeup right? Let's get back here and then see. Okay, so as usual, let me just go share the stream on my social media platforms before we have GOG coming in. Where is it? Okay, I'll just do it right here. Right here. Oh, what is this? Okay. Could you hear them? Yes, I'm using the microphone. Is it? Yes, my sound master, Kodredem, is here. So tell me, is it okay? Your voice is down, or is it on down? How? Hold on, let me check something. How is my voice down? Hello. Hello. My voice is down. Okay, hold on. Let me check. Hey, I hope I won't have to go make some extra changes. This has been the sound I've always used. Yeah, the booster is on. Okay, let me see. Speaker, headset, microphone, noise suppression. Okay, is it better now or is it still down? How is it now? Is it better or still down? How come my voice is down? My voice? Okay, guys, please let me know if my voice is still down or it's okay. So I fixed it before we have our guests coming in. Um, you sure it's okay now? Is it still okay? Okay, Ethanam says he's fine on his side. I think I may just have to bring it closer because it's the same level I've been using. Okay, so guys, please let me know if it's okay before our guest comes in. Is my sound okay? Because I don't know what I have to do. I think I'm getting just 2 bars here. I don't know. All right, if you guys say it's okay, then that's fine. Let me get our guest in so we can start. Um 1 second. One second. One second. Hello, Jim. Sheun, is my voice okay, or do you think I have to amplify it? Let me know if it's okay or I have to amplify. All right, so we are ready to start tonight's session. Good evening, Evans. Good evening, Jim. Good evening, everybody. So here we go. Welcome to tonight's session. What is broken? Sheun, what does broken mean? Does it mean my voice is breaking or which one is broken? Be using simple English so that we can understand you. Sheun, what is that? Okay, so Lawrence, if you're in the chat with us, just tap on the link so you can join us. Sheun, what does like someone that just finished smoking in Sheun, what is that? Eh? A shock for you. Sheun, a shock for you. Now you supply me the thing, Abby. Sheun, now you supply me the thing. Okay, so GHOG is coming in. He's coming in, so we start. So um why do I look like I have oil all over my face or something like that? I mean, I don't have. I keep checking to see there is no oil over my face too, but Sheun, what am I supposed to adjust? Okay, so Lawrence, if you're ready for us, just let me see your thumbs up so I can add you to the stream. If you're ready, just give me a thumbs up. Okay, all right.
Thumbs up.
How
Oh,
did I
this is
forget
good.
that I had to put on my headset? Jeez.
You told me about headphones, and yours is not in.
Shock. All right, Charlie. Welcome to tonight's session. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear. Have you met before?
Awesome. I should think so.
Eh.
Probably as an event or graduation or something. But I
Oh,
don't think
okay.
we've had a conversation,
Not
an
like
actual
one on one.
conversation. No. I don't think so.
Okay, all right. So, guys, at least now you got confirmation that I don't only bring people I personally know here. It's a platform for all of us. So
who
don't
who
think
was giving you
I
allegations?
don't think I just go around picking my friends and then bringing them on here. So all right, Kojo them. You are saying so, oh, so at least finally Sheun has a brother here now. He can relate with. Okay, so Sheun, be happy now. At least there is somebody you can relate. So God, let's see. The Sakura, is it by choice or by fashion?
It's a mix of both.
It's a mix of both.
Um,
Oh, okay.
mm,
But with Sheun, he has no choice. He can't. His hair can't even grow. In fact, if you give him all the money in the world,
in the world.
yes, he won't get me one strand of hair on his head.
Oh,
So guys, tonight.
mine can grow. Mine can grow.
Mm, oh, okay. So yes, if you want to grow afro today, you can grow afro, right?
Oh, real quick.
Oh,
24
okay.
hours.
Sheun, Charlie, I feel your pain, Sheun. I feel your pain. All right. So guys, tonight we have Lawrence. Most of you know him as GHOG, one of the best wedding photography brands in Ghana. Sheun, don't
Thank
ask me any
you.
question. Yeah, so guys, if you have any question, you guys were always on my neck. Bring God, bring God, bring God. Now he's here. So if you have any question, ask them in there and then I'll project them so he answers them. But please, I beg you, no personal questions. Eh?
hmm
Anything that will improve your photography, please ask those questions. But what he has eaten today,
Sure.
so
Out of it.
yeah, so Lawrence, briefly tell us about
Yeah.
yourself.
Wow. Can you help me here? What am I supposed to start with or
Let's
not?
say
Is this
you
like
are
with
at an
myself?
event, and the president happens to be there, and you have the chance to give him a
Yeah.
handshake, and you are to sell yourself within 10 seconds.
Wow. Elevator pitch. Wow. I haven't rehearsed one in a long
Mm,
time. In a long time. But I guess I'll start with saying who I am. My name is Lawrence Keku. I'm 100% Ghanaian. I'm 100% aware. I'm a creative. I'm a photographer. I specialize mostly in weddings, but then I do other genres of photography as well. Products, a bit of advertising, and commercial photography. So basically, that's it. I'm a July born. I'm a Wednesday born. I like swimming. I like road trips. I love music. Um, and I like to make money and to create. So I think that'll
mm.
be it.
I think that's where Sheun will be smiling because he also loves making
hmm
money. All right, okay,
Money. Oh
good. Welcome
yes.
everybody to tonight's session, and we are in full flights. I don't
Awesome.
know much about
Awesome.
flights yet, but I don't know whether is it the landing gear that takes off, or I think landing gear is for both takeoff and landing, right?
I have no idea.
Okay, so yeah, one thing we have in common is we are both Wednesday borns, so
Oh,
that is fine.
nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So now,
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Lawrence, you did state that you're a wedding photographer,
Yeah.
which means is photography a full-time thing for you?
Yes. It's a full time thing for me. It's all I
Oh,
do.
okay. Okay. Does it pay?
It
Does
does.
photography pay?
It does. Photography pays.
Okay. I see. For how long have you been doing
Yeah,
this as a
it pays. I
business?
mean, As a business, I would say 2 to 3, a little over 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, a little over 2 years. That's let's say going full time, a little over 2 years.
Mm. And
Yes, but then
within,
photography
okay.
paying is also relative. I mean, it depends on what you mean by paying. To some, $10,000 is coins. To some, $10,000 is a lot. So it depends.
Okay, okay. So, what I was going to find out is, within this a bit over 2 years that you're saying photography pay, which means you've been able to make a substantial amount of cash to be able to say photography pays. That's right. Uh-oh, is Lawrence frozen?
Hello.
Yeah,
I
welcome
think
back.
you're
Can you
also
hear me?
frozen. I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you,
Okay, all right.
but you're
Welcome back.
frozen.
Oh, frozen. I'm moving.
Can you hear me?
Okay, guys.
I'm good. Okay, yeah, I'm good.
So you're okay. We're good now, right?
Yeah, yeah, we're good.
Okay, all right. So I was saying that for you to be able to say photography pays within these 2 years that you've been
Yeah.
doing it commercially, that means it really paid, that you made some substantial amount of money. Yeah.
Well, yes, definitely. I mean, to be able to buy certain gears and take care of yourself as an employed person would, I would say yes, definitely.
Okay, all right. So guys, photography pays. If you're not making the money yet, it means your process is not that okay. So Charlie, change your process so you can make money like GHOG is making. He has all the gear. So GHOG, tell us briefly what's your current gear setup like?
You're asking for weddings?
Yes, for weddings. Since that's what you do like primarily, right?
Yes, yes. Well, I'm more of two camera work. I
Mm,
do 85 on one, and then basically a portrait lens and then a wide lens. So it can be a 35, it can be a 24 to 70, or even, I mean, 70. So it's basically portrait for wide. And then for the portrait can be 85 or 50.
mm.
I don't own a 70 to 100. I've not shot with one before. So yes. And then I have 100, but I don't really use it because it's slow. It's not really an event lens. So that's my setup. And then I use flash. Most of the time I use flash on camera, even off camera. I barely strobe at my weddings, barely.
Mm.
So even if it's off camera lighting, it's flash. Yes. So basically that's it. I think it's quite a simple setup. Nothing much.
Okay, so what brand is it? Canon, Nikon, Sony, Panasonic?
I'm a Canon shooter.
Why Canon?
All Canon. Well, I love the Canon colors, and Canon is easy to use. Now, I started with Nikon. Nikon is confusing. Nikon gear is also very expensive than Canon. Um, yeah. I mean, I think I just found Canon to be interesting.
Okay, I think you're the second person who has openly, declared
Can you hear me?
Nikon to be expensive. Yes, we can hear you. You're back now. Okay, so
Yeah.
welcome
Nikon
back.
is very expensive. Their lenses and all that. So
Yeah, that it used to be back then, but now I think it's getting closer. So okay, guys, don't forget to keep your questions coming. I'll be reading them as we go along. Now, Lawrence, what do you think distinguishes your work from other photographers? What makes you unique? Uh-oh. I think I'm the only one here at this moment. I think Lawrence is frozen. Guys, am I the one frozen or it's Lawrence that's frozen?
Hello?
Okay, so we'll just wait for. Okay, Lawrence, are you back here?
Hello?
Yes, welcome back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Yes, you asked the
So,
question. If you can repeat it again.
yes, what do you think distinguishes your work from other photographers? What makes you unique?
Wow. I think it's best answered by viewers. Yes.
No, but I think apart from what viewers see, you
Um,
might also have your own maybe style that makes you unique. When people see this picture, they know that this is from Lawrence without even a logo or something.
or something. Okay, well, I can only guess, but I think that would be a number of things. I like to place emphasis on candids. I like black and white. Um, I like to be a bit on the artistic side, a bit above the average, a bit above what you call the usual. So if let's say ceiling bounced is the usual, I would like to maybe light from behind, get a silhouette or something. I just like to be different, yes, in my approach. So one thing that drives me is difference, because I mean I believe that's the only way to stand out. So I try to experiment with every single opportunity I have to use the camera. So sometimes people think I don't shoot the usual or the normal, but I do. I just don't put it out there much, so it's not associated with me. If you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. So black and white, candids, color. Color is one thing I pay attention to, and then details. So maybe details in posing. The hand is this way, the finger is this way, the head is this way. All those things. I like to pay attention to those kind of details. Yes, I think that should be it.
Okay. Let's see. Let's say on a typical wedding, which do
Yeah.
you prefer? Would you prefer capturing the couple in a much more like liberal way, or would you prefer posing them throughout?
Okay, so are you talking about exclusives?
No. Let's say there are times where mostly at the reception, you
Yeah.
know, there are people who prefer posing like anytime you want to take a picture, you have to signal them so they smile into the camera or that kind of thing. Or do you just, just flow with whatever they are doing, you just take
What they are
pictures?
doing. Yes, okay. So it depends on them as a couple.
Mm.
Yes, I shoot according to who I am photographing. So if they are one to I don't know how to put it, but if they want to be very fond of themselves,
Okay, Lawrence, just 1 second. As you answered the question, somebody
yeah,
is about to use the studio. So let me just open the door for them, then I'll get back to you. So continue answer. I'll
sure, no
be
problem.
back in 10 seconds.
Okay, okay. So like I was saying, it depends on the couple. If they are want to be very fond of themselves and they have a good energy, then I can sit back and allow things to play and I just capture. And usually they prefer those ones because they don't expect you to be photographing them or they are not aware. That's what we call the candidates. But then if they are not one to be as such, then you have to pose them, you have to direct them, you have to draw their attention. And sometimes in drawing their attention, you can get a few candidates out of them. So it's a mix. Depends on the couple.
Yes, sorry guys, I'm back. Like I never left. My headset keeps unplugging from the thing. All right, okay. So Lawrence, let's say
Yeah.
on one of your gigs, let's say you're done or you're having your that maybe 5 or 10 minutes break, then a youngster approaches you and it's like, yo, chief, you know how they do it. I want to learn, I want to, what you're doing, I want to do some. What advice would you give to that person?
Um, First of all, I usually ask why do you want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you want to be a photographer, or why do you want to be a wedding photographer if they are specific? That's
Yes.
the first thing I ask, and then I tend to ask if they have a camera or they started already. But then the best advice I can give is that they get or they find themselves a mentor, and then they should be ready to treat it as a journey. It's not a 1 day thing. It's not a 1 year thing. It's a journey. They should be ready to embark on it. They should be ready to start from holding lights, holding reflector, knowing where to stand, how to angle the light and all that, what lenses this and all. It's a journey. It's a process. But usually they see the results and they're like, oh wow, this is nice. Like they don't know the backstory, you know. And most of the time they get up close with the real work and then they panic or they decide, nah, this is not for me. So they should decide if they really want to do this.
All right, so you guys heard it. First of all, get yourself a mentor, as I keep saying. Now,
Yeah.
when you get a mentor, that mentor is the one who is going to ask you questions, and that mentor might have already gone through some of these things that you want to do. So that guy will answer every question you have. So you don't have to go, be jumping from person to person, asking questions and not getting all that. So I'm trying to get your handle in there. Cassie, the handle is underscore GOG. So it's the same GOG, but there's an underscore before it. So
Yes,
just
yes, that's Instagram.
all right. So just type it and then I'll project it on there. So get yourself a mentor. That mentor will answer your questions, guide you on what to buy, what not to buy, what to
Yeah.
do, how to do it, and all that. Don't think you can just get up, watch somebody do something once, and then you can be on your own. No, you need to learn
Yeah.
pricing, branding,
Mhm.
all those
Mhm.
things. You need to learn from
Mhm.
somebody who has been there before.
Yeah.
You know,
I
there
mean,
are
we are
certain.
all we all have mentors still, so
Mhm.
yeah. And I mean, it doesn't have to be just one person. It can be a number of people. Because
All right.
sometimes if it's just one person, you can overburden the person. Maybe the person's not really available all the time, and you may think the person doesn't have time for you. All those
That's true.
things. So a number of them will help.
That's true. That is very true. So, guys, we are learning. Learn the right way. Now, Lawrence, as we
Yeah.
talked about mentor, which photographers influenced you?
Okay. So in the beginning, I had the chance to be around Click Coffee
Okay.
in my very early stages. Even before I decided to be a photographer, I was his assistant. Even before I decided to be a photographer.
Okay.
So that was the beginning. And then there were a number of photographers at the time I was having conversations with, looking up to. There's Pixel Rate Selassie, there's Focus and Blair, there's Echo, Akofo, there's Jima, there's Source, there's Specs Photo, who is now a video guy. There's
Mm.
Mel Arthur. There's a number of them. It was more of I just happened to be around those people. I was able to have conversations with them about a thing or two.
Okay. So I think before we continue, Etonam has something. He said, you shoot regularly with a softbox on your outdoor shoots. A short example is you sh- you shot a couple from a car. You were in the car and they were outside. You have similar shots like that. Etonam, is there a contribution or a question you want to add? Atana, please rephrase your question so that we will
Yeah, I
get.
think
I don't understand it, but I don't think.
he's asking if I use a softbox
Oh, okay,
on
okay,
your outdoor shoots. Short example is a shot you shot a couple from a car, you were in the car and they were outside. Okay, so for that particular shot, no, it was all natural light. Um,
mm,
I think I remember the photo he's talking about or she's talking
okay.
about. It was an
It's a he.
engagement. Okay. Yes. Outdoor, I barely use softbox. Barely. Well, I mean, hold on. Outdoor, as in on a wedding day, or outdoor portrait session? Because I'm a bit confused there.
Okay, so Etonam, you would have to come again with
Clarify,
your.
yeah. But if it's on a
Yeah.
wedding day, then I barely use softboxes out. I
Okay.
barely, unless the situation demands it.
All right. So, what has been your career path like? From holding light for your mentors, holding reflectors, and all that, and now being, from those times, and then from the time you started aspiring to be a photographer, and then now
hmm
that you're a boss on your own, what has been the path like?
It's been very interesting.
Mm,
Very, very interesting. It can be overwhelming. There have been overwhelming times and underwhelming times.
mm,
Um, Especially times where you feel like um you're never going to get a chance to be on your own, or you're never going to get a chance, or when are you going to get the chance to shoot for yourself or have a brand for
mm,
yourself? But then one thing, looking back, one thing I would say is everything is it's a process, and time is a deciding factor. You have to use time to your advantage. Until that point that you're looking for, you should keep learning, you should keep practicing, you should keep doing. Because the day you get opportunity, if you're not ready, you will flop. Yes. And you may not get opportunity again. And the
mm,
thing with opportunity is once you get it and you use it to your advantage, it builds on it. You understand? But
mm.
once you're not able to utilize it, you have to wait again. And well, waiting is not fun. So yeah, it's challenging. It's challenging. It's also it can be rewarding as well if you pay your dues and you're diligent.
Mm,
So yeah, like I said, it's a journey. It's a journey.
mhm,
It's a
mhm.
journey.
All right. So let's see. How is your relationship like with all these I usually prefer calling them godfathers. All these people
Yeah.
that you looked up to when you were aspiring. How is your
Mm-hmm.
relationship like with them now?
Um, I would say better.
Mm,
Yes, better. Cause I don't have any issues with any other photographer, or it's more like that mentorship relationship is still present. Yes, cause I mean, as I have progressed, they've also progressed. You
mm.
understand? So it's more like I'm still learning from them, taking cues from them, observing what they do and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's gotten better. It's gotten better.
All right. The main reason I asked this question is, there is this, I don't know if it's a current trend or it's something
Yeah.
that has been happening. Like most of the youngsters now, they learn one or two things. They're like, okay, now I can also be a boss. Then, there's this arrogance. There's this, they develop this bad blood with their mentor or their godfather. you know.
I see.
You know, yeah, because one click was on, I think, last week, and he complained
Yeah.
bitterly how he had to sack all his apprentices and decide not to, take in any trainee anymore because of these things. Some, you send them go shoot these clients and come. the next moment, it's like the client is their family member. They start vibing and all that,
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of thing.
Mhm.
And then once they shoot one, two, they feel, oh, they are okay. Now they start telling your
They're
client,
okay
oh,
to be
now I'm on my own, so you
if
can
you
call
want.
me anytime you want
Yeah.
to, that kind of stuff. So there is
Hmm.
that thing
Hmm.
going on. That's the reason I asked, so that they will know that if you've been trained by somebody, it doesn't mean that person becomes your
Your
competitor.
enemy or
Yeah,
competitor. Look, you see,
exactly.
well, I al- I see competition in two different lights, right?
Mm,
When I hear people say competition, I see it in two different lights. The first light is that competition exists in the eye of the customers. It's up to them to decide who is competing with who or who they want for what's in that. Now,
mm,
the second part of competition is not against each other individually, but it's a combined effort in in the industry as a whole. Let me explain that. It's more
okay.
like, let's say, anyone on the outside, let's say creative from another country, right? Looking
Yeah.
into the country and looking into wedding photographers in Ghana and saying, these guys are always raising the bar. Do you understand? Like, oh, Ghanaian wedding photographers, dear, like you can't touch them. Like it's a collective thing because this on this day, this guy goes to this wedding and he does something crazy. The next wedding, someone does something crazy. It's like everyone is observing that okay, people are really working, they're putting in the work, you understand? But it's
Okay.
not for me, it's not that oh, this guy is shooting this wedding. I wish his camera dies on set. Or or that they steal his lens. Or clients stop booking him and they come and book me. Like you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not competition for me. That's not competition for me. You understand?
Okay.
So it's more like I mean, it's just like footballers. Messi, Ronaldo, blah blah blah. They're all scoring their goals. Messi scores and then Ronaldo wants to score tomorrow. This one wants to
Yeah.
score, but they're not enemies. You get it? So it's more like there's that sort of fair play for me. That's at least for me. That's how I see it. So I don't think that sort of competition exists between me and these people you mentioned. For me, you understand?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's good to know. Now, that's you and then your mentors. Now, generally,
Yeah.
the photography industry in Ghana, do you think or do you believe there's unity?
Well, this is tough. This is tough. Well,
Mm.
I think so. I mean, so far I've not heard anyone beating anyone.
Maybe physically.
I've not heard anyone beating anyone, going to beat anyone for all those things. But I think what exists is that sort of competition you were mentioning. That sort of
Mm.
it has to be me and not this person. It has to be me getting all the jobs. It has to be me making all the money. Or it has to be me being the popular one, or like all those kind of perspective stuff. You understand? I
Mm.
think that's what exists, but I wouldn't say it's not so much of a unity. You know, it can be better. Let me put it that way. The unity amongst us can be better, way better, definitely. But it's not zero. So we'll take it like that.
Okay.
Maybe
All right.
until there's an actual war, we'll stand up.
Like a real beating scenario.
A real beating, yeah. The struggle in paradise.
Mm. Okay, yeah. So you mentioned, the steps if somebody wants to be a photographer, getting a mentor and all that. Do you
Yeah.
mentor other people?
Well, yes, I do. But it's not an established program. Let me say that. It's not a program where I call out for interns or it's usually a matter of conversations and opportunities, let's say.
Okay.
So if I have someone who says, and also before I continue, there are plans of having established programs.
Okay.
So that's in the works. Yes, at the right time that will come out. But then for now, it's more of opportunities and whoever is present at the time. So, and mostly whoever is closest to me, yes. Since it's not a
Okay.
program yet, it's a bit difficult to spread it out. So if I have, let's say, um, if let's say you offer to come to my
Yes,
set,
I'm
a
offering
number of,
to. Will you take me
I'm
as
declining,
as your
very very
ah
declining. I'm declining.
guys? Where is lawyer Amma? Lawyer, please come and see what's happening. I mean, we live in a country where there is freedom of education. Now, you
Yes,
can choose the school to attend. The school cannot choose to decline you.
and
I have
then
so seen.
the school can actually
No, the school can.
the school can tell
No,
you
you
the
can
school can
sue
no
them.
no no.
You can sue a school
I
that
see.
refuses to admit you.
Well, it depends on why they are refusing to admit you.
Why are you refusing to admit me? I
So you
want to
should
be
start
your
asking.
trainee.
You are a boss by yourself. That's my reason.
Guys, okay, hold on. I think I'll bring Amma on so that she will defend me on this. If we have to go to court, we will go
Don't
to
worry.
court.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh,
But yeah, so
I want to come and learn from you. I want to spend
sure.
like
All right.
1 month in your camp, and then I do mostly portraits, and I've been
Yeah.
wanting, like, for about 2 years now. I've been wanting to venture into the wedding. Each year I put, like, you see how, like, you're boiling water, that you just insert one finger to check how
Finger to
the
see if
thing
it's
pull out.
hot.
You
Yeah.
pull out. That's what I've been doing in terms of wedding photography. So
Yeah.
I want to, take it out full time. So I'll come and see
Uh-huh.
you so that you train me. So
Perfect.
I'll hold
Okay.
your
So
line
for an
for you.
example like this, yes, for an example like this, it's a bit easier. First of all, because you're already into photography, you have certain skills set
Mm.
already. You understand? So it's no more like starting from scratch. And this is because it's not a program yet.
Okay.
So the resources to start from scratch, it's not there. You understand? So it comes across to most people that oh, this person is not really acceptive of intents, or this person doesn't teach people, or that blah blah blah. But it's just a matter of time. You understand? So for someone like you, I know that, oh, you know your lighting and so and so and so. So when you come on
Mm.
set, I'm not going to tell you about lighting. Maybe you see me do it and you get it. I'll probably tell you about what you don't do often, which is events. Maybe what shutter speed you're supposed to be shooting, how to anticipate the moments, how to pose and make it look like it's candid, like those kind of things.
Hmm.
Yes, so it's very tailored. It's not really, oh, this is my mentee or this is blah blah blah. It's not really like that, but it's just a matter of chance.
Right. So, guys, I've been accepted into the test
Yes,
program.
very
So very
much.
soon you
After
guys will see
threatening to take me to court.
me. Oh, so you had to accept under duress. That's fine. That's
Under
okay.
duress.
Once in a while, you have to,
You have to take charge. That is
yeah,
life.
All right, so Seun, it's not Disney. The other one is Nibote. He's a sports and drone photographer. So he disappointed. So he's the one who owes us $50, not me right now. It's a mistaken identity. All right, so Lawrence, what motivates you to continue taking pictures? I know there are some times you feel like I don't feel like shooting. Like
At all.
you're shooting, and the way your client treats you, you're like, you just feel like just packing your camera, and but then for the sake of the brand or the job, you have to continue. You have to
Yeah.
put up appearance and then do it. Tell me what
hmm
motivates you.
Okay, so I would say passion, but that's more cliche, right? Because
Mm.
passion can only get you far. For me, it's treating my work as a business. I mean, it's full time. It's what feeds me and all that. So it gets to a point where there are certain business. principles you have to employ. It's not rosy everywhere. Nowhere cool, right? So
Nowhere cool.
yeah, nowhere cool. So today no good, tomorrow go better. You have to wake up and get back at it. You have to wake up and get back at it. Also the fact that it's rewarding, and it's being rewarding. It's I'm not at the climax of that tree or of that ladder. So I mean, if I can make X Y amount now, and there's the possibility of making more, then I have to press on. You understand? So it's a business decision as well to wake up and every day and try to be better and try to earn more. At the end of the day, we all want money. So passion, yes. Money, yes. I think that's a blend of the two, and then you can handle every client, every difficult client.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
right now we have I have two questions from just your answer. But in the meantime, can somebody
Okay.
find me Catalyst? Can somebody locate Catalyst for me so that he joins? I'm sure he has some questions to ask. Now, yes, we spoke about something the other time. Now, have you ever been in a situation where you're shooting a wedding? It's time to eat. You try go get food, and the vendor says, or an auntie of the bride or somebody says, "Yo, young man, you were paid to take pictures. Oh yeah, go and take pictures. Put the food down."
Oh yeah. Um, the last encounter I had like that,
Hmm.
I actually left. I left the wedding myself, and
Okay,
then I left
tell
it.
us
I
about
left
it.
it to the. I left it to the other photographers to continue. But I came back though. But I actually explained the situation to the bride. I lodged a complaint to the bride and events planner and all that. So apparently they were just hoarding the food.
They were
They were just keeping
hoarding
the
the
food.
food.
Yes, the family, because you know that thing where family is the catering service, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the outsourced type. The outsourced type, those kind of vendors, they understand. The family
Okay,
type, that's where the issue usually comes from. Like, they were hoarding the food, like serving to people they knew, and those kind of things. So it was funny. It was just a funny
okay.
thing. Yeah, but it does
All right.
happen. Actually, it does happen.
Okay. So, basically, do you have a clause in your contract that states that, or how do you handle food aspect in your contract? Most people
It's
want to know.
stated.
There's this debate
Yes.
whether clients should provide food or you should provide food for. Even among photographers, there's a debate. Some say no. When you're on a gig, the client is your feeding is not the client's responsibility. Some too say no, it's part of it. I can't be there from morning to evening and not eat that. How do you handle it?
Yes. So for us, it's there, but it's just a matter of negotiation or a conversation. Actually, if you
Mm,
offer, fine. If you don't, I mean, then we have breaks we can take. You
mm,
understand? We don't necessarily need you to feed us. We just need that time. It's a matter of time for you to know that within this period we are eating. Whether you provided a meal or not, it's about the time, it's about the slots. You understand? So for some, you are even bombarded with food. You go early morning breakfast. Like, do you want to
yeah,
eat? For some too,
yeah.
it's just reception time before they're asking if you've eaten and all that. So it's
Mm,
it's it's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to take the decision yourself. If you want to fast the
mm.
whole day or you need food, you have to decide. No. Yeah. So
Okay.
the important thing is the time for them to know that there's a period where you were eating. You know. Uh,
All right. So, do you provide a contract for all your weddings?
yes, we do.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
we
right. So,
do. We
guys.
do that. We've had certain encounters where, in the very early stages, where not doing that cost us.
Mm,
So yeah, so we had to decide that, okay, you know what, this is it. Yeah, I think it also makes them take you a bit serious,
mm.
more serious. So yeah. Like I said, it's a
All
it's
right.
a learning process. It's a journey. So you have to experience certain things to get better.
Yes.
and then from
So
that you can share experiences.
this is why you need a mentor or a godfather. Someone
Yeah.
like Lawrence, he has been through all these things. So if he's mentoring you, he's going to let you know about all these things so that you don't make these mistakes. You see? So find yourself a godfather and treat your godfather well. Charlie, you know me, I like pizza. So if you come to me, Charlie, buy pizza.
Small pizza.
I'm there, they just say, oh, Charlie, I've ordered pizza in your
Pizza,
name. Oh, they
small
will
pizza.
deliver it. And
Mm,
you see, oh,
mm,
that kind
mm.
of thing.
It's very
All right.
necessary.
So
Very necessary.
yeah, Paco, Catalyst is my co-host there. Just that he hasn't settled yet. That's how come he's
Oh,
not
okay.
mostly here. And Alfred, get ready. Very soon we'll host you here. Paco, you too. We'll host you here very soon for social media. Yes. Now, Lawrence, have you
Yeah.
ever encountered this situation where after a wedding, your client is like, you know what? I like the pictures you gave, but can I have all the raw pictures? Those you've not edited, can I have everything? Have you, been in such a situation?
Not not in that manner. The closest
Okay.
is asking if these are all the shots.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the closest I think. If these are all the shots, and my answer usually is these are all the good ones. You understand? But if you want to see all the repetitions and all those things, if they actually do insist, and usually it goes beyond what the package they paid for. So if you want all that to be worked on and still delivered to you, that's fine. You just have to pay for them.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So once you're ready to pay extra, we can get you
no
extra
problem.
pictures. Simple.
Yes, that's if they were
That
taken. You understand?
that, that's fair enough. Now, let's say
Yeah.
a typical wedding at Moving Pick. When you
Okay.
arrive there for that kind of wedding, what are some of the first few things that you look out for? Do you just like wait when the bride is ready, then you start looking for, or do you go around look for spots? What like a typical wedding at Moving Pick for you? How is it like? As soon as you arrive there, what do you do?
Okay. So I always try to get on set a little before expected time or before I start working. So you spend that time making yourself familiar with the environment, as in with the people, because you're more like a stranger in the room now. You go to a room and there's bridesmaids and there's people who know themselves most of the time before you. So you have to go there, make yourself comfortable.
Hmm.
Um, then you can start scouting. So you look out for the possible locations you can have, your exclusives, if there is time for you to do that. Sometimes you do all the scouting, you have all the nice ideas, and it's like the pastor is waiting.
I was going to
The
get to
pastor
that
is
point
waiting.
also.
The pastor is waiting. We can't be late. Then now all your ideas are in your head, but then that's fine.
Hmm.
Sometimes you get to execute all of them and then you're happy. So you get there and then you have to do your scouting. Sometimes you shot there, you're familiar with the place, but still, I mean, you never know what idea can present itself. Sometimes the lighting can change and then you have a different idea. Yeah, so scouting is necessary when you get there. Some people, although this is rare, some people go there prior to the day to scout, but then I don't do that. Yeah, I just
That's
scout
another
on the
question
day, the
answered.
morning before. Yeah,
I was going to ask
I
you
do
that
that on the
question
morning
also.
before. No, no, I generally don't do that. I
Okay.
generally do that because I think if I usually work with available light, so if I go there on a sunny day and I know okay the light is coming from here, I can shoot blah blah blah, and on the wedding day it's cloudy, there's no sunlight, then you understand. Uh-huh. Because it's good to have planned shots in mind, but then they can be dangerous if you're not flexible enough. Because then now you're lost. Because okay, this is what I had in mind now. And you'll be sweating. The couples here sweat. Yeah, so
Okay. Now, there are people who say, let's say for a wedding, you should have how do I call like a meeting with your your clients before the wedding day. What's your take on that? Do you think you should? Is it a must? Should you have a meeting with them to familiarize before the wedding day, or it doesn't matter?
It does matter. It does matter. Sometimes, well, the meeting doesn't have to be in person, as in physically all the time. Sometimes the situation cannot permit that. You have clients who are outside or in another region or something, you cannot meet. You can have a video call if that's also not a thing for you. At least a phone call. Yes, even though meeting in person and all that is necessary, I think there's something about having a voice conversation that makes people comfortable than text. Because I mean, text you cannot tell the kind of person, the tone of the person, and all that. So once you can have a nice conversation over the phone, hello, hi, how are you doing, blah blah blah. I think that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, let me see. I think you answer most of my
Questions
questions.
beforehand.
Yeah, before they even come in. Okay, so do you believe in lots of post processing, or do you prefer trying to get your images right in camera so that you spend less time post processing them? Which one do you believe
I hate post processing. No. That's not right. I hate lengthy post processing. Let me put it that way. Yes. If I don't like to spend a lot of time editing pictures because then I feel I haven't done my job as a photographer. That's to do the job in camera. So I like in camera more, even if your wig is off or something, unless I can't control it, like maybe sweaty makeup and those stuff. Those ones, you have to correct in post. But if it's something I can fix on set, we will fix it. You understand? Yeah, that's how I like to shoot.
All right,
Because
we
editing
have
takes
that.
time. Yeah, it takes a lot of time and sitting and all that. I mean, you spend hours shooting and I can't spend hours editing again. I mean, it shouldn't be so. Yeah.
All right, Davis Mensah, welcome. Now, Catalyst has always been hammering it here between quality and quantity. If you should choose, which one would you go for? Let's say, would you prefer shooting a wedding each weekend, or would you prefer shooting? Okay, let me put it this way. There are 4 weekends in a month. Now
Yeah.
you have 4 clients coming to you. Would you prefer shooting all the 4 clients and making the same amount like for that month, or would you rather, position yourself so that you shoot just one wedding a month and make as much as maybe even double what those 4 clients would have given you? Which one do you prefer? Shoot more, or shoot maybe one quality client and then make all the money you want?
Okay, so I'll choose the shortcut. I call it a shortcut because why should I stress for $10,000 when I can do less work for the same amount of money? You understand?
Okay.
One thing I've come to appreciate as a creative and as I wouldn't say entrepreneur, but someone with that kind of mindset is the value of time. You understand? If the whole point of early retirement is so that you have time to do whatever you want to do, time for yourself. So if you're in this profession and you have the opportunity to have time, that's currency, that's money, that's rest, that's sleep, that's time with family, that's anything you want it to be. You understand? So if you have 4 weekends and you just need 1 weekend for photography to generate a certain amount of money, that's 3 weekends you can use to run other businesses. That's 3 weekends you can use to do other things. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes. So definitely I believe in that. I believe in that. By the way,
Okay.
shooting wedding every weekend is stressful. Too much stress. Too much stress.
Okay,
You know?
combining that with
Yeah.
your normal portraiture and commercial
Too much
gigs.
stress. Too much stress. Because at the end, after that weekend, it means the following week you have to sit and edit it through.
Hmm.
And then just when you're done, another weekend you go again. Nah. I mean,
Okay, so
yeah.
Lawrence, let's look at this. If I'm sure, um, along your journey, you made certain mistakes. You went through some things that you wish you couldn't, and all that. Now, if you could go back and give yourself one piece of advice when this whole thing started for you, what would that be?
Um, one piece of advice to go back in time, back in time.
Hmm.
Hmm. That would I think that would be. Can I make it two?
No problem.
One, yes, one would be to be more confident. One would be to be more confident. And then the other would be to shoot more.
Okay.
Yes. Confidence not being in your work, but then with people. Yes, with people, because this is a people job. So you'd have to know how to sell yourself, how to work with people and all that. So yes, and
Okay.
then shooting more.
Um.
That's about it.
Okay, Kobe. I'm not sweating. I don't know. It looks a bit oily.
It's the light.
Maybe.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm sure it's the light because I'm not. I'm dry here.
it's the light.
It's glowing. So yes. Okay. Um. All right. I had a yes. Talking about confidence. Now, how do you gain creative self confidence and stop questioning your abilities as a photographer? Let's say you take a picture, you look at it, and you're like, this picture is it nice? Do people like it? Like, will my client like it and all that? Or you look at it and then you look at maybe you shot a wedding at a location, and then another photographer also shot there before you. You look at their pictures, they are nice. Then after you look at that kind of thing, how do gain that creative self confidence to know that, oh, actually my images are nice, even though somebody did something, I also did my part and all that.
Okay, so that comes with practice.
Mm,
Confidence comes with practice. Feedback as well over time, and then self belief. But self belief not in the sense that you are um, the best in the world or like you are the boss or something, but self
mm,
belief that you can create something awesome. You understand? The self belief that you can, uh, like it's a possibility thing that I can do this, I can do that, I can do that, I can create that magical shot, I can impress or I can make this client's day. I can. You understand? It's not
yeah.
I mean I don't care what you say. I'm the best. Not that kind of thing. No.
Mm,
Because at the end of the day, the best is in the eyes of the client. Whoever is paying you believes you're the best at that for that thing. So it's
exactly.
not. It's not. Yes, it's not about the next creative person thinking you're the best. That's not it for me. So
Okay. That.
practice really helps. Feedback as well. I mean, over time, you should also be able to see a difference and growth in your work. If you can't see that, then there's a problem.
Okay. That's fair enough. Now, is photography something you would want to do for the rest of your life, or would
Oh
you
yes,
at any
definitely.
time want to branch?
Definitely, it's for life, but I'm not sure if it's for life on a commercial level.
Mm.
Yes,
Maybe at a
but I'm
point,
not sure.
when you get your Lamborghini and Ferrari, you just be like, nah, I want to take pictures. I just want to take pictures, not for you to pay me. I choose what to
Well,
shoot and all
I
that.
yes, I choose who to shoot for. Even if you are sending me plenty money, I can reject you, that kind of thing. No.
Oh,
But for me, I've given myself a decade, and then from there, whatever decision I want to take after, I mean, we'll see. But for
okay.
now, I know
Okay.
I'm in this for at least a decade. Yes.
Okay. So Nee has a question. What are some of the specific questions one should ask a wedding photographer before booking them from a client's point of view? What do you think?
Um.
Because yes, I believe some of these questions will also help us as wedding photographers so that we know what the clients expect. So let's
What
say
should a client ask?
two or three. Yeah, what are some of the specific questions one should ask when booking a wedding photographer?
Hmm.
So now it's like
Um,
hacking the client's mind.
yeah, that's a bit tough.
Mm-hmm.
I think usually they ask how many photographers are they
Mm.
getting, that kind of thing. Um, well, um, hmm. I'm finding it difficult because I think everything is usually answered either in your package details or your terms and conditions. You
Okay.
understand? So usually they request for those things, and if they have any other question after, they are
Mm.
able to ask. Yeah, but it's a bit difficult hacking a client
We are
right
not
now.
hackers. We are not hackers, so
Yeah,
we don't want to. Okay, so
it's a bit
Kobe
tough.
says, okay, to GOG, not done a wedding gig before, but out of curiosity, how will you rate couples giving you the creative right in Ghana here? By creative right, I mean to do something wild from everyday shots. Okay, so let's say a couple says, Lawrence, I want you to shoot our wedding, but I don't
Hmm.
want, there is, let's say, a procedure like every wedding, you shoot details, you shoot
Hmm.
the dress up, you shoot exclusives before she
Yeah,
wears her gown, when her mother is placing the veil, when
yeah,
she's walking to the car, getting out of the car, entering the church, coming out. Like those are shots almost every wedding photographer takes. Now they say, Lawrence, we don't want that kind of documentation. Go wild, just be yourself. Do shoot it anyhow you want. We will accept it. Would you accept such a gig?
okay. So first of all, I think a client, ideally, right?
Yeah.
Ideally, a client booking you is basically saying that we want you to shoot our wedding the way you do. Be yourself, like the way you are yourself. Because at the end
Mm,
of the day, that's the reason. That's what's making you different from the rest. But then sometimes there are certain factors like your pricing and all those things. So ideally, if a client is to book you, they are booking you because of the way you shoot. You understand?
mhm.
So if you look at my portfolio and you see more black and white pictures, and I submit your photos and there are lots of black and white pictures, it's not something that should be new to you. You
Mm,
understand? I've actually had clients who were specific about so okay, so in my conversation with my clients, sorry, I try to find out what about my work they enjoy the most, right?
mm.
So
Yeah.
some most what usually runs through is your black and white shots, your candidates, your natural retouch, your like they're able to point out certain things. So you take cues from that and you know, okay, for this wedding I'm going in this direction. For this wedding I'm going in that direction. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other thing is um you decide actually whether to go out or not. It's not up to the clients. You
Okay.
understand? There are certain times, certain shots I pose my clients or I'm telling them to do certain things and they're actually like confused, like what's this going to result in? Because they're expecting to stand there, take a picture, you get it. But I'm like, turn your backs towards each other, do this, do that, and they're like a bit confused, like this, like that. Is it going to work? And then the photos come out, and then they're like, oh, wow. So usually on the set, I show them a preview of what they just did.
Okay.
And once you're able to do that, they're like, oh, wow. And then that's it. The trust has gone up. So next time you're like, okay, jump. They will jump.
Oh, me, I'm not
You
a
understand?
model. I'm not one of your
I'm
models
not a
that
model.
present
I'm not a model. I'm
themselves.
like, okay, fine. I'm like, okay, fine. Relax. Do this. Turn your head this way. Leg forward. Do that. Do that. And they see the video like, oh wow, oh wow. Okay, okay. Let's take more. Then next thing you're like, do this, and then they are doing it already. You get it. So
Yeah.
it's a matter of trust, and then it's up to you to be daring. What I do is like you're saying, like the question was saying, you always go for the safe shots. I call them the safe shots. Do that as quickly as you can, and then whatever time is left, go wild. You understand? So even if you submit and they are not really a fan of the wild pictures, I mean it's yours. You can post it if you want, and then they have the safe shots if that's what they also want. Understand? So it's up to you
Okay.
to decide. It's up to you to decide, and if time is on your side, go for it. Go
Okay.
for it.
So we have a
Yeah.
question here from Emanuela. She says, please, do you have presets for your wedding images, or you edit it based on how you feel at the moment?
Yes. It's yes to both
Okay.
because presets for basic things like white balance, colors. Once I import it into my Lightroom, everything gets the same preset. So
Oh, so
then
you're a
going
Lightroom
through
user.
individually, yeah, I'm a Lightroom user.
Okay.
So
At the
going
end,
through
at the end
individually,
of
you're
the
like,
thing, we'll do some small debate. Why are you not using CaptureOne? But you go on, just finish answering the
so once they all have the same base, you're going through, you decide, okay, this photo will look better in black and white. This one more color, this one less color. So it's all about how the photo is communicating to you. But then they all have a base preset to start with. It makes the workflow faster and easier, if you understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Catalyst, you're supposed to be on here asking these questions. Why are you backstage? So I'll ask this for you, but I've sent the link. So join and then come and ask questions. Now it says I understand that normally the package determines the number of photographers to bring, but what in a conversation will make you advise a client otherwise on the number of photographers? Yes, I think this is an issue also. Just because the
Maybe you
client
can
wants
explain
to
that.
beat down price, they say, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's not going to be a big, so you need you can bring just one photographer." But based on experience, you also realize that no, this has to be done by two photographers.
Yes.
So what will advise you to suggest to the client that one photographer won't be enough, or sometimes also it's a small wedding, but because of maybe I don't know, maybe they want to create some kind of impression, so they say, "Oh, we want five photographers," and this space is too small for five photographers.
Yeah.
So yes, so I think that's how Catalyst. Okay, you can't join, eh? Okay, all right, Kata is no problem. I'll ask your questions for yes. So, what will make you advise a client, even though maybe they choosing five photographers will make you get more money, but you realize that no, it's a small space. It's just going to make your work even difficult.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Because then that's a lot of pictures. That's a lot of pictures to select from and edit and all that.
yeah, and even on the
Anything,
day of the
anything
shoot,
to make,
you might be intercrossing yourselves and all that.
yeah, anything to make the editing process shorter for me is a win. So what I would do is we don't do one camera work for weddings
Okay.
at all. Yes, because um that's a lot of stress. And at the end of the day, you definitely need an assistant on set.
Mm.
So you might as well go, yeah, might as well go with a second photographer because there's let's say with and it's also with the way our events are set up, right? You
Yeah.
have an engagement, you are shooting the bride. The groom is already coming in. You're hearing Agu. Are you now going to run?
Ago is happening.
You get it.
Yeah.
So that alone is an example of why you can't do a one photographer work, one engagement. And if a client doesn't understand that, I'll tell you, then I can't be a photographer. Also, if it's a lot of photographers from the same team, or are you asking about other brands?
I think from your package. So the person sees that, okay, there is this one, 2 photographers, there's this one, 3, there's this one, 4.
Yeah.
So to them, they might think maybe, okay, 4 photographers would mean more better or something, not knowing that from your perspective, 4 photographers is for maybe a bigger wedding, a wedding with maybe 1,005 guests or something.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they have
well,
maybe just 100 guests, and they are saying they want 4 photographers. Would you advise them to, would you try to talk them down to reduce it so that your work will be easier for you or something?
Definitely. I mean, I will talk them out of it. Not because it will make my work easier, but it will save them money. Unnecessary cost. That's how I put it. Because I mean, they should be able to trust that this number of photographers can get the job done for this size of wedding. You understand? It's different if maybe they want, let's say, some have a dedicated photographer for a photo booth. Those are different. Those are different situations where just one person or 2 people at the photo booth, and then there's the rest at the events. That's different. But if you want all of them actively shooting the wedding, then that's a bit much. For a small wedding, that's a bit much.
Okay. So Catalyst, I hope your question has been answered. Now, Emanuela asks again, please, how many images do you end up snapping on an average wedding?
It depends. Some of the photographers I worked with are trigger happy photographers. I'm more of when I'm shooting, I'm arranging the album or the final this thing already in my head. So I know I need 2, 3 photos of dress up that are telling the story. I don't need one eye closed, one eye open, this, that. No. Also, I also shoot depending on the package size, the deliverables at the end of the day. Okay. Yes. So I'm usually, if I'm shooting an action shot, right after that moment that passing, you find me deleting the blurred shots or deleting the duplicates or all that on camera, on set. You understand?
Okay.
Yes. So I do that. And another thing, this is a disclaimer. The reason I'm able to do that is because I shoot on 2 cards, right? So on one card, I'm deleting from just one card. The other card has every single picture I shoot from the day, just in case. You understand? So although I'm deleting, I have a backup in camera. So average, I'd say an average engagement or average wedding should be about 500 photos from both cameras. That's shot, not delivered.
Okay.
Not delivered. Okay. Shot average should be 500, but even that's a bit much. Yeah.
All right. So
sometimes it goes like into the sky, like thousands. And then I start to panic.
Yeah, calling alone is a problem.
It's a problem, So yeah, it's like that.
Okay, so Lawrence, is there a skill? Is there a skill that you wish, like, okay, I wish I knew how to do this to improve my photography, like a particular skill that, okay, let me give you an example. Mine, the skill I wish I had was marketing or selling to people, an idea to people. I'm very technical. I don't understand why I should explain to you why you need a phone case for your phone. I mean, that kind of thing. So I can't sell stuff to people. That's one thing. And then also graphic design. I wish I could, acquire that skill. So is there any skill you wish you could acquire to help you improve your photography business?
Now, I would say I wish I had more of this said skill. Right? I would say I wish I had more of more of people skills.
Okay, okay.
Yes, more of people skills. Um, marketing as well.
Mm,
Basically, more of people and sales.
okay.
Yes, just more of that. Because I think technical. I mean, technical can only get you so far.
Mm-hmm.
It gets you in the room, and then the rest is up to how you relate with humans. Because people are people, you know. So people skills are very necessary, very very necessary. Um, so yes, if I'm able to bring that to my to par with my technical skill, I think I should be very very good.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So we seem to be on the same level. I also have a problem with relating to people. I could meet you, like we could shoot in the same room. All I would do is say hi and it ends there. Unless I need something from you or you need
Something.
something from me. Uh-huh. So most time
Yeah.
people see me and they're like, oh, you saw me at this event, you J or I, like you don't know me. And I have a problem remembering faces unless I
Uh-huh.
interact with you
Interacted.
for a couple of
Yeah.
times before I, so they say, oh, you saw me or J or I. I'm like, no, I don't know how to approach people, that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That kind.
we'll
And some
work
people
on
find
that.
it very easy. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, there are people, they enter a room and they are able to talk to
Straight.
everybody there easily. I can't do it.
Yeah. So much touchy.
Sheun, Sheun, you behave there, okay? Okay, so Lawrence, we are almost closing. Let me ask you this
Okay.
question. It's
Yeah.
it's a question I ask everybody. Does gear really matter, in your opinion? What do you think?
Yes.
I didn't hear that well. Did you say
Oh,
yes or no?
yes. Gear matters, and this is
Okay.
how I always explain it. I mean, you cannot use an 85 mm for a group shot in a tight room,
All right.
so you need a wide lens. That's where gear matters, but it's not
Okay.
about um what usually photographers fantasize about. $50,000 ISO, 5 million something something. You know need.
Okay, so let's look
In
at
that
it this way.
regard.
Let's look at it this way.
Mm-hmm,
Let's say a 60D for
mm-hmm,
weddings. I'm talking about
mm-hmm,
photography. A 60D for
mm-hmm.
weddings or a Mark III for weddings. Which will you invest in?
I'll definitely invest in a Mark III. I
Why?
started with the 60D anyway.
Hmm.
Yes. So the reason I would invest in a Mark III is, first of all, it's a dual card slot. So I'm
Hmm.
shooting on two cards. That's insurance for my pictures.
Okay.
Um, you have the full frame advantage. I mean, if you're in a
Hmm.
tight space, wide lens, all those things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think that's about it. Maybe, and then the low light capabilities. You understand? That's it. So it does matter. It does matter in that regard. But if you're comparing like a Mark III and a Mark IV, you see the examples you gave are two different sections, right?
Hmm.
But if
But
they
there
are
are
all
people
similar,
who still do that kind of argument that I have a 60D. I can do anything I want with it. Why do I need to upgrade? Forgetting that
well,
the
yes,
field you choose has some
yes,
advantages
also
with certain cameras.
absolutely, absolutely, the field matters. The
Hmm.
field matters. So, I mean, if you're shooting with a 60D and I'm shooting with a Mark IV or 1DX, something with a faster shooting rate,
Yeah.
I'm more likely to capture certain candidates sharply than you. It's just a certain petty things. So, yes, in that regard, it does matter. It does matter,
Okay.
but it's
Okay.
not
All right.
like I was saying, what you usually find ourselves doing that, oh, this ISO can go 64,000, this one can go 50,000. Meanwhile, you've never shot ISO 4,000 before. So I don't know why you're worried about ISO. You get it?
Mm, yeah.
Or they say it has some feature. You know very well you're not going to use it. You know
It
very well
has
it's not
bad
going to
bad
do.
eye focus. Meanwhile, you're not doing
You're not doing
animal
wildlife.
photography.
You understand? So, I mean, and one thing I believe in is once you're able, whatever camera you have, at whatever level of your career. If it's solving the problem, you're good to go. Because if you change your camera today, your clients will not be able to tell.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah.
Okay, so Catalyst says he tried meeting you in 2016. Why is it indoors business?
He
So
has
what
always
I'm
been
saying,
saying this.
I see. Okay, so Adam says you need the features. That's why you would go for it. Yes,
Definitely.
whatever. No, because people ask me, oh, Gani, what camera should I buy? And I'm like, don't worry,
What are
I
you
won't
shooting?
answer for you. I'll help you answer it yourself. First, I give them the
Mm-hmm.
question. I tell them answer. Once you're done answering, you will know what you need to buy. If you're doing
Yeah.
studio, it's different from if you're shooting weddings or events or
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah. Okay, so I have two more questions for you. Then
Okay.
I will release you. That's if my audience have no questions for you.
No questions. That's
If
fine.
if you okay, before then, what's your favorite lens when it comes to weddings?
That'll be tough. Like I said, I shoot 8.5. I shoot portrait and wide, so
Okay, let me make it easy for you.
yeah.
Between the 70 to 200 and then the 85, which would you prefer using for your exclusives?
Okay. Well, it's a
Accept
bit
and
of a
come.
bias. No, because I've never used the 70 to 200 for any of my weddings.
Okay, so so then okay,
So
let's leave that. Which would be your if you should shoot a wedding with one
mhm.
lens, which lens would it be?
Hey,
Your
this
client
question.
says this whole wedding is yours. Shoot it as you want. We won't hold you, responsible for anything that happens. Just come with one lens and one body. What will it be?
50 mm.
50 mm. Why?
Yes, it would be a 50 mm because then I can get um close to wide, close to portraits or like shallow depth of field.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then which
a
body would
50
you
mm.
use?
Oh, I'll use a Mark 4. I'll
Okay.
use my Mark 4. Yeah, Mark 4 and a 50 mm. I mean, it's fine, provided everything else is in my favor. Space and distance. I mean, let's say you're shooting in a Catholic church and they say you cannot come close, and you're using a 50 mm. Yeah, what day for you? Which
It's
means you have
always
to be
the
shooting
case.
wide, wide.
Yeah.
Aha. So that's where the lenses matter, the gear matters. That's where
Okay.
you'd appreciate the 70 to 200 or 100 or 85 over a 50. But also it depends on your shooting style. If your shooting style doesn't require a lot of isolation, you're good to go. Shoot wide. You're free.
Okay. All right. So I think Evans has Catalyst says what? He will use his phone. Catalyst, you Okay,
Problem
Evans
solved.
says if you have the option to limit yourself to one, which will you choose to shoot weddings or portrait shoots? Evans, which two lenses are you or you're making it open for him?
No,
Because
I
he
think
already
he's
chose the
talking
50
about
mm.
genres. He's talking about the genres of photography.
He said if you have the option to limit yourself to one, okay. All right, yeah. So will you choose weddings or portraits?
Wow. It's tough. It's tough. There's so many things to consider.
So which now
Uh,
let's say right now somebody is like, Charlie, I want to invest in you, but you need to pick one. Which one are you picking?
oh, then I'm choosing weddings.
You will be shooting weddings. Okay. I thought you said
Yes, and I'll
weddings
be
was hectic.
yes, like I said, I'll be shooting weddings because of the market and who I
Okay.
am. Yes. And I mean shooting weddings, I mean it's hectic, but it doesn't mean I'll be shooting weddings every weekend. So we'll
No,
be
but you could get to
then
that level where every weekend there are 2 or 3 weddings every weekend.
yes, so what that means, it depends on the person's the business model, right?
Yeah.
So if you want the situation we are describing, where you are shooting less but earning more.
Yeah,
That means you are in
quality over
demand.
quantity.
Yeah, I always have a problem with that statement, because that means if you're shooting more weddings, you're not doing quality work.
No, not necessarily that, but you want to limit it so that you will get enough time to take care of the few that you have who are paying you much, instead of shooting more and getting that close to that same amount you're getting.
Okay, well, when you put it like that, yes. So definitely weddings, but then that would mean if I'm getting a lot of inquiries on a weekend, that means you have to increase your prices.
Yes.
You understand? Definitely.
So if
So
let's say you are high in demand, 4 people want to book you for the same Saturday. Now you're like, okay, because I'm charging 4K, you all want to, okay, now I will charge 6K. Then
8K
now maybe only
straight
two or one person, and then you
go
are still
count.
making that
Hmm.
same money.
Yeah, good to go.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Evans, I
Well,
hope
if
your question has been answered.
yeah. I mean, for and that's based on a business decision. Actually,
Mm,
it's a business decision to shoot weddings instead.
okay. Then after your
Yeah,
decade, you can choose what you want to
go and shoot what you
sit
want.
down and shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so Lawrence, if you could trade your current camera and lens for any camera and lens combination,
Yeah.
what would it be? Let's say a rich man just like Charlie Lawrence. I just like, I just like you. I want to buy you a camera and a lens. And if you
Hmm.
give me what you currently have, I want to donate it to somebody else. But for you, I want to buy you what you want, a camera and a lens. Which combo would it be?
Oh, for the camera, the R5 would be it.
Okay, and then one lens.
Yeah, that's perfect. The lens, if I have to create a lens, um, there's one lens I appreciate, 24 to 70 1.4.
Eh?
Yes, if you can do a 24 to
2470
70 1.4,
1.4.
if you can do a lens like that, that would be amazing.
I'm not sure they will ever do that lens.
Yeah.
1.4, 2470. I think they said they have problems with variable focal length lenses
At
going
such
wide like
shallow,
that.
yeah.
They have
That's what I'm
problems
saying.
with that.
So if they can do that, or
Because I know they have like 400 mm 1.8, 2.8,
mm-hmm,
they are good.
mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
having 70 to 200 1.8, problematic.
Yeah. So 24 70 1.4, or it's all going to be shallow anyway. A
Mm,
50 a 50 to 100 1.4.
mm, I see.
Yeah.
You like compression that much?
No, no, I don't. I'm not compression per se. I usually shoot f2
Mm.
on a regular. I shoot f2 and
Even
above.
unless there's Sigma 85 1.4, you shoot f2.
I own I own 1.4 lens, but most of the time I shoot f2.
Are you me? Because
1.4,
my 2.8 lenses, I shoot f4.
yeah, that kind of thing. Aha.
Yeah.
But I would shoot 1.4, usually low light.
Okay.
That's the thing for me. Yeah, usually low light. Or I want to mix ambience and then flash, that kind of thing. So it's good to have for um for certain scenarios. But the fact that I'm using 1.4 doesn't mean I should shoot 1.4 throughout.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a question here from Zhiyun. How do you accommodate clients that complain about almost everything you do? In one word, never satisfy clients.
Um. That's tough, because I believe, yeah, I don't think I have those kind of clients, not in the wedding space per se. Maybe in the beginning stages,
Mm,
but I think then why are they booking you? That's my question.
mm. Maybe
Why
they
did they
heard
come?
of you. You know, some clients will follow the hype, or let's say they, I don't know, but they see something you post, and then probably they want the same thing. But at the end of the day, even giving them instruction. Let me give you a scenario. Like you mentioned in the beginning, they waste
Mm-hmm.
all the time doing makeup and hair, taking selfies. When it's time for exclusives, like the one before she wears her gown or something, they have to rush. Pastor is calling. Pastor says they will start the service without blah 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 and all that, and you are not able
Mm-hmm.
to get them those shots, and then they start complaining. How come I saw you posting? This person was, when she was dressing up, she was smiling. And I don't have those shots and blah blah. Meanwhile, it's not your fault, but that kind of thing, they create situations beyond your control, but then they end up complaining that it's your fault.
Well, I mean, you should be able to explain to them that it's not your fault.
Mm.
You should be able to make them see reason that this is not your fault. I mean, you were there, you were present, they were not. You understand? It's not that you didn't show up early. It's not that you were
Mm.
late. It's not that your camera was dead. It's not that your flash was not working. Those are different situations. But if everything was fine with you and then they were not, then it's not your fault. And if you have
Okay,
a
okay.
client who seems to have problem with everything you do, then one thing I can tell you for sure is that you are either doing the job for free or they are not paying you enough. They are the only clients who stress you. Those
Exactly.
who are paying, yeah, those who are paying, they don't. So then
Okay, so guys, here is from here.
it means you have
The
to raise you
clients
have
who
to
pay
raise your
the least,
prices.
those who pay you the least are those who give you more wahala. It's
Oh
true.
yes,
It's all round. It's everywhere.
100% everywhere. It's like they're in one group chat.
Yeah. Especially
Yeah,
those who ask for reduction, they bargain before accepting. There's trouble
say
coming. You
no,
should know.
say no to them. Honestly,
Okay.
say no to
So
them.
FMG is asking, what gear will you recommend for a beginner in wedding photography?
Yeah, in terms of what? Is it lens? Is
Uh-huh.
it flash? Is it camera body?
Let's say somebody comes to you and says, "Oh, I want to start wedding photography. I don't have a camera. I don't have a lens. I don't have a flash. What entry level gear will you recommend for such a person in terms of camera body, lens, and then flash? Let's say one of each of them."
Okay. I might specify the brand or just a
Sure.
general overview.
Yes. No, you can specify. Be biased. Feel free.
um. Oh, okay. So it depends on the budget, but I think a good crop frame, 80D, 70D, 60D, those are
Mm.
fine. Um, Entry level full frame, 60 solid. That's a standard. I still shoot with my 60.
Okay.
There are actually recent pictures I've posted that were shot by 60, but I mean, how will you know? Um, for lens, the number one is the 50 mm.
Okay.
You should start with a 50 mm. Yeah, 1.8, 1.4, 1.2, whichever one, 50 mm has to be in your bag. Um, and then the flash. I mean, any good flash that can last you an event without having to change batteries so much. That's good.
Mm.
That's good. Yeah. I am currently on Godox flashes. I find them more durable.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes.
All right. Would you at any point advise? Let's say somebody comes to you. I need to buy a flash. Would you, between those that use these AA batteries and then those that use the rechargeable ones, which one would you advise them to get?
Rechargeable.
And let's say they are like, oh, my budget is low or something. Would you still let them go
Well,
and buy the
yeah.
AA battery?
It's all about budget. So if I mean you have to afford what you can at that point, at that moment.
Mm.
So if at that moment it's AA batteries, the batteries, those batteries, they even have the rechargeable type.
Mm.
Yeah. So I advise you go for that instead because I mean the best of the non-rechargeable type you can get is the energizer. Energizer batteries. But even those, I mean, you can go and set and it goes off. And I'm
If
now
you're
going to
shooting
search for
TTL,
batteries.
you are dead.
You are dead. You know, full far, 1/2,
Yeah,
1/8. Then you don't know what's happening.
yeah.
So rechargeable is best all the time, whether AA or the modern ones. Rechargeable is good.
Okay, all right. So Kobe is saying entry level is always rental. Rent and test the brand that resonates with you before rental. Amateur level is your
Phone to learn angles.
phone to learn
I agree.
angles.
Yep.
Hmm. Okay, and Ivan says I always recommend the Godox flashes. They are great. Yes, I always recommend the Ving 860 Mark II. I always recommend it. I tell them, look, if you have maybe half of the money, continue saving till you can buy that one. You will love it, and it's true. Okay, so Lawrence, your last but one question: how do you wind down
Hold on,
after?
hold on.
Okay, okay,
I'm trying to fix my sound, my headphones.
we can hear you.
I think my battery is dying.
Oh, okay, okay. Kwajuadem says, but then let's think long term. That's how I describe affordability. Long term, yes. So me, I always tell them, if let's say you want to buy a good camera to start with, and let's say 60D now is 2,000 cedis. 6D with about even 3,000, you can get a used one. So I'm like, okay, if you want to do wedding and you don't want to change bodies anytime soon, and you have 2,000 now, instead of buying the 60D, I'll advise you save 1,000 more and buy a 60, even if it's a used one. You can use it for a longer time before even thinking of upgrading. So Eden, you're right. Okay, Lauren, do you have your sound back now? Okay, I think Lawrence is frozen. Okay,
Can you hear
Lawrence
me?
is frozen. So yeah, welcome back.
Mike,
I think we can hear you. Lawrence, can you hear me? Hello? Okay, I think he's trying to reconnect his headset. Alfred, get ready. We are bringing you on next. Eh? Oh, okay. So I think Lawrence has lost connection. He said his battery was dying. So I'm sure he will recharge and then get back to us. But then, Alfred, get ready. We are bringing you on sometime soon. So last night we had I have just like two more questions for Lawrence before he goes. I pray he's able to come back before we leave. But then last night we had a long exposure. Is it soiree or something at the Accra Mall? There were five of us over there. Myself, Amuzu, Patrick, Ni, and then Kwadwo Edem. We did some awesome things. I think Neil will be posting the video on his channel tomorrow. Okay, so GOG is back. Okay, welcome back, Lawrence.
I can't seem to connect to my speaker. Sorry, my headphones. I can't really hear
Uh,
you.
okay, don't worry. We have just two more questions and we are done here. So
It really is really low. Hold on.
okay. Emanuela, don't worry. See me backstage. We'll fix a date so that I want to fix a week, like one full week for female photographers. So that particular week it will just be female photographers on the show. So Emanuela, we'll talk backstage, okay?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear me too?
Yes.
Okay.
That's good.
All right. Welcome back. All right. So I was asking, how do you wind down after a long day of shooting and editing? How do you, all work and no play?
um, I sleep. I sleep. I go swimming when I can. I watch movies. Actually, I watch movies a lot.
T-Flex, see, I'm not sweating. Oh, I think it's just that see, there's no sweat.
The light. The light.
Okay, let me feather it a bit. Let me just feather it away a bit. Do I look darker now? Because I'm not sweating. There's no sweat. Maybe it's the Nkuto.
They're good too.
I'm sure. Because see, there's no sweat. The AC is on. Okay, so am I dark or I'm visible? Because I feathered. Okay, now I look a bit black, but it's okay. It's cool. We can manage it.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
fine.
So you said you sleep, eh? You enjoy sleeping.
Oh yes. Video games. Video games. I
You
mean,
play FIFA, eh?
yeah, video games. Of FIFA. Yeah. Small.
Okay.
Small.
One day I'll invite you. We'll have a tournament here.
Oh sure. Sure. That's fine. You call me to Adena
Oh,
that.
we all go score on our body.
We'll see. So yeah,
Okay. So your
that's
final,
it.
your last but one question. Becoming the official brand ambassador for you shoot Canon. So yes, for Canon or 1 million Ghana cedis. Which one will you pick?
Hmm.
I like that reaction.
Uh, Wait, the partnership with Canon, is it for life?
I don't have the details, but Canon says, look, we want you to be a brand ambassador for us, like what Peter Martinon is doing. We want you as a
Mm-hmm.
brand ambassador, or somebody else comes, I'll give you 1 million cedis. Which one will you pick?
You give me 1 million cities to do what for free?
No, like yes. I mean, Canon is
Just take.
also making you an ambassador. So, like, you are their brand ambassador. They send you every new gear that comes before it even goes out. You test it and all that. And another
Mm-hmm.
person says, I'm giving you 1 million. Now you need to choose between the two offers. Which one will you take?
I'm taking cash.
You're taking the 1 million.
Yeah,
Okay, money in a hand.
money in hand. I mean, it's up to
Your
me to
final
decide what's
question.
easy for.
Yes, your final question.
Mm-hmm.
If you could ask your followers to do one thing today to tackle either environmental or social issues, what would it be?
Hmm.
Yes, pick one issue, whether environmental or social, any of the issues that we are facing. Which one would you want to talk to your followers about? Which one would you want to educate them about? Should I explain or you got it?
The issues are plenty.
Choose one? Which one is at heart that you want to tackle? Anita, welcome.
Hmm. Um. Environmental, social, environmental, social. I would go with that. That. I would go with environmental, being climate change, and then the whole climate change being the bigger picture, and then the smaller picture being our waste management.
Sanitation.
Yes, yes, sanitation. That would be the small picture. The bigger picture would be the climate change and all that.
All right. So, what do you want to tell fellow Ghanaians about sanitation briefly?
Fellow Ghanaians, fellow Ghanaians,
Yes.
fellow Ghanaians. That's very, very presidential. About sanitation, I mean, they say cleanliness is next to godliness, right? So
Yes.
as much as we like to claim to be a Christian people, then we have to be clean ourselves. The responsibility is on us and not on the government. I'm saying this in light of the periodic floods whenever
Yeah.
it rains because gutters and blah blah blah. You know, so that's not the government. I mean, if anything, we are the government. We are the people. We are the ones suffering from it. So it's our
Mm.
responsibility. Yes. I mean, the best the government can do is to provide drainage systems, which we then come and litter again. So it's really on us. Really, really on us. Yeah.
Okay, so guys, you heard it from Lawrence. Don't litter. When you drink from your pure water sachet, put it in your bag or your pocket. When you get to a bin,
Mm,
you drop it there. Don't just be throwing things left, right, center like that. All right, so
hmm
Lawrence, thank you very much for honoring our invitation. I know you're a busy person, but you made time for us to be here talking to us. Is there anything that you want to, bring out that we haven't touched on? Any message you want to send across?
Um, well, I would send this to the photography community.
Mm.
That we should place more respect on our work. We should be more professional in our dealings, so that the the outside world will respect us a bit more, a little more. But then, I mean, that respect will translate in more money. So we should endeavor to be professional in our ways. There's so many unprofessional things we do, um, dealing with people, treating clients as if we are doing them a favor, and a whole lot of things. So we just have to try and see it as a business, and then the sky will be the starting point.
All right. Treat what you're doing as a business, and the sky will be the limit. Final words from Lawrence. Senior man,
Yeah,
thank you very much for
boss.
being here. Yes, I, I,
Thanks,
will- I
thanks
will,
for having me.
yes, I will come and then do start my apprenticeship.
No problem.
All right, Charlie. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Okay, guys. We've been fortunate enough to have GOG finally. For those of you who were asking, we've had him. So hopefully, we were supposed to have Joseph Mayer on Friday, but he couldn't make it. So I'm looking at tomorrow. If we're able to get him, we'll bring him on tomorrow. We are working on somebody made mention of Dromo also. So we are working on that also. So just stay positive. Now I think we've exhausted the time for today. So probably tomorrow we'll bring the results for the long exposure evening out that we did the other time. So guys, this is where we end tonight's broadcast. We'll be back again tomorrow. If you haven't dropped your thumbs up yet, just go ahead and like the stream. If you're using your phone, just close the chat, press on the thumbs up, and then tap on chat again. It will bring you back here. And also, if you haven't subscribed, if today is your first time here, just go ahead and subscribe. If your subscribe button is still red, it means you haven't subscribed yet. Just tap on it and then hit the bell so that when we post any tutorial, you'll be able to get it. Good night. We'll do the long exposure video and then the pictures. We'll do that tomorrow since we've already exhausted the time for tonight. And tomorrow I'll drop a video also for a high-end retouching, so you can just check it out tomorrow. I don't know if I'll drop it at 10 a.m. or midday yet, but then whatever it is tomorrow. Hey, I should bring a pag. Okay, that's another busy person. All right, Emanuela. I'll bring a pag. And as I said, I'm dedicating a whole week to female photographers. So we will do that also. Okay, guys, thank you very much for being part of this. Enjoy your evening, your afternoon, your evening, or your morning, wherever you may find yourself. Thank you for being part of this, and I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for watching.